Hello, this is Ronald with Indicator Vault, and we've got another video for you today going over our Candlestick Pattern Pro indicator. And I've got here pulled up the settings for it just to show you all the different patterns that it will pick up and mark out for you. I've got most of them unchecked just for this example. The default settings does come with them all checked, and so going through each one as far as which particular patterns you like would be helpful, as far as unchecking the ones you don't want to see and just having the ones you want on. And to just explain a little bit about these, there's 3 different categories for all of these patterns, and I would highly encourage anyone that if you're wanting to use this indicator, look up these patterns, study them, see what they do and what they're, most likely predicting in price. But these are going to be one of 3 patterns. They're going to be reversal patterns, continuation patterns, or exhaustion patterns, or in other words, consolidation, or at least that's what it's going to be leading to, the exhaustion patterns. And we're going to get into each of these in some sort of example, and these indicators work great in confluence with some others, which I'm going to go over, but just for reference I'll read off some of the ones and what they are. So for reversal, you're going to have the outside up, outside down, the belt hold, the morning star or evening star, engulfing, hammer, shooting star, piercing, dark cloud, harami, kicker, fakie, and breakaway. Those are going to be the reversal ones. Continuation, you're going to have the ones such as the rising 3, the falling 3, or of course, you've got the 4 and the 5 as well, where it's incorporating not just 3 candles, but 4 and 5. You've also got the Marubozu, the Tasuki gap, and the side-by-side gap. And for exhaustion, you're having the advance block, descent block right here, and squeeze alert and deliberation. And there may be some other names that some of these by. But like I said, Google these, look them up, study some of what they do, but they can work great confluence with some other indicators of ours. Obviously, you can even have alerts set, so when one of these patterns, these candlestick patterns have formed, you can be alerted to them. So let's get into just some examples real quick. In here I've got, we can see all of these Ibarris Hikaki ones showing up, which are a reversal pattern. But just as an example here with this Euro Japanese Yen 5-minute chart, if one of these is showing up as a reversal, as we can see here, we've been in this uptrend here for the whole day on the 5-minute chart. And so seeing this, the bullish reversal pattern show up with the bullish cipher, it's kind of showing 2 different things. So it's showing a continuation of a trend, but the bullish Hikaki is also supposed to be a reversal pattern. So we are going to filter out this signal here, right? So we have the uptrend. Finally, we see this bearish harmonic crab show up. So, okay, reversing the trend maybe, a sell signal. But now, right as this is formed, we get the bearish signal from the candlestick pattern indicator. So double confirmation, especially that this pattern has formed right as the harmonic pattern has formed. And so this is basically 2 confirmations that price is actually going to reverse. Again, in this example, sure, you could have taken this buy after this bullish cipher had formed, but remember, with a Hikaki, it's a reversal pattern, but there's no downtrend, so we're filtering out that one. We're only looking for it to confirm a downtrend, in the case of an uptrend. And so we've got the harmonic pattern and the candlestick pattern now telling us, okay, this could likely reverse and maybe take out some of these lows here. Now in this example, for a continuation pattern, I've got the logic day trading indicator on here. We're on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen 4-hour chart. And we've got the rising 3 pattern showing up right here. Not just, showing up in a random spot, but it is showing up inside in the same pattern that the logic day trading is telling us to buy from. And so one of the best things I like to use a logic day trading for is finding valid supply and demand zones to trade from. And so in this example, this is like a double confirmation. You see a big up move, comes down, logic day trading, finding this high probability zone for price to push up from against. We're ignoring these sell signals because we're looking for price to go higher, especially when we now have the double confirmation of the rising 3 candlestick pattern forming in the same spot that the logic day trading is formed. We can see price has retraced down into this demand and then soon just skyrockets for quite a while. I mean, so, great trade to be had here just with these two indicators, logic day trading and Candlestick Pattern Pro. If you find, one of these bullish continuation patterns showing up inside of one of these zones, that is just going to be perfect confirmation, to be looking for those buys or sells, whatever the indicators are pointing towards. And then last example, we've got some of these exhaustion patterns here on the chart. Australian dollar, US dollar 1-hour chart. So when you see these, price can still move, but typically these patterns are going to show up to kind of lead into showing price is going to consolidate. That price has kind of made its move. It's, the strong impulse, leg down or leg up is basically run its course. Not that it can't, continue to make another move, but one way to use these is as a good take profit alert, saying, preserve your mental capital unless you're, wanting to swing these for very long, or position trade. This is basically saying, look to take profits. If you've gotten in on the right side of the trade, you've caught the major portion of the move, or at least the initial move. So price is going to consolidate for a while. If you want to look for another trade, it may be good to exit, or at least take partials and then see what the next leg does, whether it reverses or continues up. And as you can see, I've got here the natural momentum indicator of ours on here. And this is another great, obviously as the name suggests, momentum, confluence with some of these. As we can see, this bearish squeeze is lining up right as the green line is turning red, indicating that, okay, the bullish move we just came out of might be over. And again, it's not that these are price can't move, and it's not that this is also, is not giving a hint as to where price is going. Again, there's bullish and bearish names for these, so it is suggesting a certain price, but price is most likely squeezing. As we can see, after this strong impulse move, we've got this box as well as price cooling down with the green line now changing to the red. Retraces. We do get a bullish one, but then right after a bearish one, and again, right as price goes from, or the momentum indicator goes from green to red, hinting more cool down. It's also heading towards the zero line more. And that's what we see. We just see a little bit of whipsawing, mostly consolidation after this leg up here. No real strong moves. Prices being indecisive. And so you can, if you learn to use the natural momentum indicator, which we have a video about that as well, and match it up with some of these patterns, it will just be great confirmation as far as for exactly when you may want to take profit, or even just tell you when you should expect price to consolidate, which is just as powerful of an insight as knowing when the next impulsive move is going to be. So that's our Candlestick Pattern Pro indicator. And obviously it works on all time frames, all markets, and you can even hide or show whatever patterns you want, just like in these examples. I just have showing on here the certain exhaustion patterns, and like I did for the other examples. So I hope this video was helpful, and until next time, best of luck trading.